Welcome back to Rhino Level 1 training. We're going to start off here with exercise 3, drawing lines. I'm going to start a new file, and I'm going to start with a small objects millimeters template file, and I'll perform a file, save as, and I'm going to give it the name lines. I've already got a file here, so I'm just going to call it lines. It's got my initials on it. I'm going to hit save and replace that old file. For those of you who don't already have that old file, just save it as lines. Alright, next thing we want to do is we're going to go to the curve drop down menu, and we're going to select line, and then we're going to select align segments. So for the start of this line, what I want you to notice is that as I zoom into this viewport, this top viewport, and I hover my cursor all over the grid, notice that my start point is fixated on these grid intersection points. That's because grid snap is on. If I turn grid snap off, notice how freely I can move about in this top viewport. Grid snap on, it clicks to each intersection. Grid snap off, and now I can move freely again. So let's turn grid snap on. I'm going to pick a point here in this viewport. Let's start at this origin. Okay, I'm going to click over here. I'm going to go to another viewport, and I'm going to click over there. And then you're going to click over here. I'm going to press enter to end the command. Notice that the segments meet at a common point but are not joined. These are all separate little segments. We're going to repeat the lines command, so let's go to curve, line segments. We're going to pick a start point and 3 or 4 more points. So let's do that again. Let's click here, 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 there. Let's do it here. Okay. This time, before I hit enter, I want you to go up to this command line and notice that there's a little clickable option up above in the command line. It says end of line, press enter when done, and close. I'm going to click on close, and notice what it does. It actually closes this into a shape. Still made up of multiple segments, multiple lines, but nonetheless a shape. So now that we've done that, now we're going to draw a polyline. So I'm going to undo the lines that I've just made. Now I'm going to go to curve, polyline, and polyline. I'm going to pick a start point and add 3 or 4 more points. So let's go back to here. Let's make another similar shape. Okay, when I'm done, press enter. So what polyline does is it actually creates those same line segments, but it joins those 3 curves into one open curve. Let's hit the undo button again, and then let's go to view, curve, polyline, polyline. Start around the origin again, go out, come back, go this way, and go all the way back to this axis here. And then I'm going to go to my additional options here, clickable option, and say close. Now when I select this, I have one closed curve. That's really important to understand in Rhino. This is a closed curve. It is many line segments that are all joined together to create a closed curve or closed circuit. And now we're going to learn how to draw a single line segment. So let's go down to the curve drop down menu. Let's go to line, and this time let's type in single line. I'm going to pick a point here, pick a point there. That's one single line. Let's do the both sides option. So from the curve drop down menu, I'm going to go back down to line, single line. This time I'm going to say both sides. I'm going to pick a middle point. Let's pick this line here, and let's angle it just ever so slightly. And now I've just created a line starting at the midpoint and going off and equal dimensions, equal distances. So from here to here is the same as going from here to there. Okay. Now let's learn how to draw some freeform curves. I'm going to draw some interpolated curves. So from the curve drop-down menu, I'm going to click on freeform, and we're going to click on interpolate points. I'm going to pick a start point, and notice that no matter what I do, I'm constrained to these sharp movements. This is a result of having ortho on. Ortho constrains you to moving in straight up and down and straight left and right movements. With ortho off, I can now do things like this. Okay, whenever you're done, just hit enter. And now let's draw curves from control points. So from the curve drop-down menu, I'm going to go back to freeform, say control points. I'm going to pick a start point, and then just keep on picking points. Notice how this will be influenced by those points that I created, whereas this one creates actual curvature, curved lines through those points that I had made. So two tiny little differences there. Alright, that's it for this exercise. Go back and practice making straight line segments, polylines, and freeform curves. If you have any questions, leave them down in the comment section. Thank you.